Yes, hello and welcome to the second run of the giant slalom here at Lillehammer. It's the 2021 World Para Snow Sports Championships. It's a dull day up in the clouds. It's nothing but on the mountain. Once again, welcome to the coverage here of the 2021 World Para Snow Sports Championships. It's a men-only invite for today. It's the men's giant slalom action. We've already had run one. We've got some snow starting to fall, which will impact more so on the VI athletes to begin with, because visibility is not exactly wonderful anyway. It's very overcast. And those clouds apparently have got some snow inside them, so that's starting to come now. Starting to get ready now are the men's vision impaired athletes. They'll be first, the men's standing, men's sitting to come as well. Run one has dictated the order in which they'll go in for the second run. The weather just dropping to around about minus 1.82 in the snow. A slight westerly wind, nothing to be worried about. "48 gates for these athletes to navigate their way through. We started the morning with 84. We start the second run with 69 bibs left out on the course. VI athletes like this. We'll start with Damir Mizrak from Croatia. Johannes Eichner was closest to the current leader. Youngster from Austria, 1.5 down on Giacomo Bertagnoli. Will the Italian strike gold? Alexander Auryabayev, 488 down on the current leader in the men's standing. That leader is Alexei Bugaev. Top 15 always goes first in 15-1 order. Then we start again with the rest from 16 onwards. This is to not disadvantage the top 4 or 5 athletes by wearing out the course before they even get anywhere near it. Martin Moxley will be last to go. He completed his debut World Championship run, 24.23 seconds down on the leader. Murat Peli will be first to go in the men's sitting. Again, more than 15 athletes starting in that one. Jene Slivnik of Slovenia, outside chance for a medal for the youngster there. Kampschler and Pedersen, less than 0.2 of a second between them. I told you, it's not going to be dull. Well, some people want to be the star, but we'll tell that cow to move over, because this man has been the star of the VI events so far. However, Vicente de la Place isn't at the top in this one. Work to be done for the Frenchman in third at the moment. He'll have gotten the taste for gold, and those 3 victories so far will only inspire him to do it once again. However, Eichner and Bertagnoli are in front. Michał Goles of Poland, another surprise addition in the top 5. First up, Damir Mizrak of Croatia. Maria Soc, the guide. Mizrak, his first run, 1:23.53. done all the speed events for this competition. It's all about the technical events now. "30 years of age, Damir. Skis in Zagreb, where his club's based. He's coached by Luka Dobranic, and I tell you, you wouldn't want to meet a nicer man. I'm sure Coach Luka looking on. Took part in the last 2 World Champs. He took part in the last 2 Paralympic Games as well as Damir. So he'll be hoping to make his way to Beijing and hopefully inspire a future generation of Croatian skiers to enter the world of para-skiing. The race director is Croatian for this event. Final few gates for Damir Mizdrach, and he's going to hit the line in a time of 2:52.95. He slides to a halt. So with an advantage of 8.93. Second out of the gate this afternoon is Hoang Mingyu. He's stretched that lead, so through the second intermediate, 13.72. He's into the drop down towards the finish. And interestingly, for the first time this week, just as they come to the brow of the hill that leads down to the finish line, the gate goes from left to right. It's the first time it's done that. Throughout the course of this week, it's gone from left to right. As we look at it, so a new test for the athletes here. Certainly in this second run. Ivan Frantsev, he's well up as he comes towards the final drop down. Started with an advantage of 4.58. He's stretching that nicely as well, is Frantsev. Herman Agranovsky, his guide. Here they are into the drop down. The 30-year-old former world slalom champion hits the line with a 9:09 advantage over Hoang. Rekozhubov didn't have much on his RPC teammate. But he's grown it, doubled it, in fact. Started off 0.21. He's now just short of half a second up on Ivan Frantsev. Yevgeny Giroyev, his guide. Hard to see where the dangerous areas are for the sit skiers and the standing skiers when you base it on the VIs. They're often far more cautious. I'm hearing that Neil Simpson isn't going to start here, so we're already one less than we were. No Neil Simpson, hopefully that's not an injury. Jakub Krakow. Miroslav Drejos out now. .69. Drejos to the line. 3:41 ahead of Rekozhubov. So at the moment, Drejos leads the way. We do indeed not have Neil Simpson. This is Jakub Krakow, who has a .97 advantage over Drejos' teammate. 35-year-old. We'll be wanting to know what Krakow is doing out on the course. He's dropped time as well, .54. This will be delighted to know that, but Aleslav Brosman trying to get Krakow down as quickly as possible. The giant G on his chest. Oh, and Krakow just out of line. Body shape all wrong through there, and he stays ahead though, 0.71. But you see the shake of the head, hands on the hips immediately. I'm not sure that's what Jakub Krakow considers perfection. Krakow's run might still be good enough for a medal here. 4 to go, and they're going to be pushing themselves. But Gulas doesn't have the biggest of leads to get started with, just 0.16. We've already seen this week Johannes Eigner crash out of a run. So youth versus experience, and exuberance sometimes leads to disaster. 0.11. That's a turnaround in favour of Jakub Krakow, who, if it stays as it is, will only have 3 people in front of him. Gulas, the hopes of a medal in this one, slipping away. He's just 17. You feel like there's plenty in front of Michal Gulas, because he really has arrived in the VI scene as a rather a big surprise. He's dropped almost a second. They'll bang to the right here. Nice and tight against the gates, but has he found the quick enough way to affect the standings? Krakow 220. No, he's going to be outside here. Good run from Jakub Krakow. 121. Gulas drops another place as well.
We have a double lead for Slovakia.
So it is Krakow and Drejos, 1 and 2. Gulas does indeed drop a bit of time. Great first run. He needs to take that and work on it. The youngster. De La Place will be ready and waiting. There's some slight delay, but here he is. Vicente De La Place, guided by Maxime Jourdain, starts with a 181 advantage on the rest. One mistake is all it takes. De La Place has 3 golds. Is he going to add another, or at least a medal? If he gets ahead of Krakow, which at the moment he's gone 265. If he gets ahead of Krakow, he's guaranteed himself another medal. 4 from 4 at that point. He's got to get through the rest of the course. Oh, big slide moment there. Does really well to maintain his balance there, De La Place. And again, he's wide. This might just be a little too quick from Jourdain for De La Place here. And again, there is this little trickle of snow, and you wonder what that does for the visibility. It's so dark out there. Again, the range and vision really does differ from athlete to athlete. I just wonder how much through that section a few moments ago the light perhaps wasn't helping. Well, he still managed to stretch his lead on Krakow. It's definitely a medal here for De La Place. Well, Maxime Jourdain is happy. De La Place, well, he's had calmer afternoons. This was the hairy moment. See the left leg off the ground, and at that point he's trying to cut back in with just one ski, and that makes life a lot harder. Johannes Eigner, young Austrian, got a silver medal in the Super G. He was pressing hard in the Super Combined. The mistake cost him. He was only 0.39 ahead of De La Place. He's lost 9/100ths in the opening section. Doesn't sound like much. Doesn't want to keep doing it. Equally, can he go through a little smoother? Certainly this section, De La Place was a big slide, and much nicer and smoother from Johannes Aigner. Years of age, 1.15 up now. This would guarantee the silver. He's got to get through all of the gates, though. Here's that new right-hander. No such problems for Aigner here. You can see Matteo Fleissmann just has a look back at him. How much more can I push you? It's a guaranteed medal. It's a guaranteed silver. 2.46. That is a wonderful run. Wonderful run from Aigner. Is it gold worthy?
So Austria has secured at least a silver medal. De La Place cannot win the gold, but he will take medal.
Well, we're letting that sink in. This man at the start gates has an advantage. I have to say, Johannes Aigner has just put in a very good run. Giacomo Bertagnoli. It was his birthday yesterday, turned 23. Comes here as the reigning Paralympic champion, a silver medalist at the last World Championships. He's improved his time by just 4 100ths, but staying above that 1 second mark would be the ambition here. Bertagnoli doesn't need to blow Aigner away, he just needs to get to that line in front and be crowned champion. It is closing. 4 from 5 gold medals at the last World Championships for Bertagnoli. Can he take his first at the first time of asking here in Lillehammer? Hasn't competed yet. Here he is in the giant slalom, and he is looking to add the giant slalom gold. It's the one he missed out on in 2019. He is not missing out this time, is he? Smashed it. Bertagnoli, it's about having 2 good runs, and he's done back-to-back brilliance for Bertagnoli. Well, his 4 golds out of 5 from 2019 didn't include the giant slalom. He's put that right this time around here in Norway. Picked his line, stayed true, and he kept his speed good enough to beat Aigner. And the young Austrian drops into second once again. He got a silver in the Super G. Aigner gets silver in the giant slalom as well.
Silver for Austria and bronze for France. Slovakia 4 and 5 by Paco and Harals.
So Giacomo Bertagnoli takes gold here in the VI men's giant slalom. Impressive performance from Johannes Aigner once again, the youngster getting silver, and Hercinte de la Place with bronze. So men's standing giant slalom coming up. Marcus Elke, who has 2 golds already to his name here in this event. Alexander Alyabayev first out of the gate. Factor time of 100%. Team RPC athlete with just the use of the ski pole in the left hand. going all right at the moment. Nearly 2 years old now. Bronze medalist in the slalom at the La Molina World Championships in 2013. Silver in the slalom at the 2015 World Championships as well.
154.89 at the second for Aliadia.
And he keep this momentum up and put a little bit of pressure on those still to come. And there is always pressure. There's always somebody that DNFs in the second run. All you can do is put your best time in and hope that it's good enough. Well, 2:22.95.
He's in the lead. 2:22.95.
Oscar Burnham had just 3/100ths of a second. That was the difference between himself
Oscar Burnham for France.
and the rest.
He lost his lead on Aliadia.
First intermediate down, second intermediate up. Topsy-turvy, to say the least, for Oscar Burnham. His debut World Championships, don't forget. He's only 22. To be in the mix for a top 15 place isn't bad at all. He has ended up inside Alyabayev, so an interesting start for Burnham. He's recovered it very nicely indeed. Roland, single leg skier from Austria. Still only 28, Thomas Roland. Silver in the men's slalom at the 2017 World Championships. Still the defining moment of his career so far. He's got a big drop in time here between that second, but again we saw Burnham go slowly over the opening and very quick in the rest, so Roland needs to find a similar line. Very different for a single leg skier than an athlete with the ability to use both. Has he got enough here? 2:22, it's going to be tight. Oh, he's outside. Burnham stays top. Roland drops behind. Little shake of the head as well. Disappointment for Thomas. Aaron Lindström started with almost 7/10 of a second the advantage. He stretched it through the first intermediate again, though the second, the opposite to Burnham, is a huge piece of abdominal work needed there. Really had to shift his body weight. Otherwise, he was going to miss that gate altogether, and it's cost him. It's cost him big time. Oscar Burnham's run in that middle section proving to be very good indeed. Lindström hits 1:54.54. This is Manuel Bordanks. Left leg, right leg amputee. Very good opening section for Bordanks. He's really attacking this course, and he'll be into the drop to the finish line momentarily. Here he is. He's an interesting left-hander that they've created up there now. Bordanks, no dramas. He's going to hit the line in a time of 2:20.95, so he has indeed dropped. And I'll tell you what else is dropping is in the distance, there's all manner of snow on its way. The heavens have indeed opened in the distance from our commentary position. This is Jordan Brossan. Don't think it'll reach us heavy within the next hour, so we should be all right in terms of competition. But there's a lot on its way. 0.44 now the difference for Brossan from Bordanks. The two Frenchmen battling it out, but they'll know that the gold is going to be contested by Barchet. a little bit later in the run. It's good from Brossan, and he stays ahead of Baudin. So Brossan now the leader. 0.67 for Brossan. This is Mitch Gawley, who was just 8/100ths up, and you can see from the start gate it is starting to snow a little heavier. Gawley losing time in the opening section, but we've seen a few people do that and then regain in the second. He has, he's closed it up a little bit. Can he find some more? Oh, Gawley, one leg off the ground is never a good option. Unless you're doing it on purpose. 29-year-old Gawley into the final few gates then. Can he find a bit more at the bottom to get close to 2:20.28? No, he can't, he's outside. 0.66 the difference. Brossan gets to stay where he is. Gawley feels the heat. Niko Paralympics now 0.93 ahead at the start of his run. Niko now 0.12 down at the second intermediate. He's dropped over a second. Brossan's run. Is he an outside for a medal here? It's a long way from behind to come. But at the moment, everybody else is struggling with him. 2:20.28. Keep your eyes on the clock at the bottom. He's outside as well. 0.54. Pijancic goes into second. The smile on Brossan's face as he continues to rise up the leaderboard. 0.54 ahead of Niko Pijancic. Now, Theo Gemur, reigning Paralympic champion. And that's what you need to do. He's gone from 1:23 to 2:01 to 2:57. He is improving his lead, not letting it drop. Theo Gemur. Still only 25 from Maglingen in Switzerland. 5-time gold medal winner at World and Paralympic Games, including the Super G at the Games, at the last Worlds. Has he got something in his bag? Well, he stretched his lead from the start. He dropped a little in the back end, but 2:43 over Brossan. So Theo Gemur puts in a Paralympic champion style performance. Just how high will it leave him? He was a little way off the leaderboard in terms of a medal. Thomas Walsh had 56/100ths as an advantage to start. He's dropped. Well, that shows you how good Gemur was. We do know how good Gemur was. Walsh battling with everything, including the incoming snow, and in fact it's coming much quicker than I was anticipating in the distance. Here comes Walsh. Oh, he's outside. 2:18.82 for the young American.
2:18.82, and he's just under a second behind the leader.
Gemur takes a seat. The snow is coming. So too is a man with double gold already here. Salke. He's on the way. Single pole use, left hand only. 7/10 of a second is his advantage. And keep that. This opening section has proved very difficult for a lot. Is he near the 1:24.74 from Gemur? He is not. Salke dropping here. Theo Gemur has put in a Paralympic champion's performance. .41 the difference. How much more has he got left to give at this bottom section? 30-year-old from Klagenfurt. 150.31 was what he wanted. He's 1:48 down now. Theo Gemur might just end up with the medal, you know. Super G World Champ from 2017. He's got bronze in both Pyeongchang and at the last World Championships. Giant slalom, always his thing. At the moment, he is slipping away from a medal, and it's gone. Gemur stays where he is. Back at the Austrian's performance, and you see the cloud and the visibility starting to change at the top. It's a bit windier than it was a few moments ago. How much will the weather conditions now start to have an effect on performance? Alexis Guimont, 0.70 up. The bronze medalist from Pyeongchang. Years old, and from Quebec, and he's kept hold of his advantage, but it's dropped a little. 0.32, he's still up. Theo Gemur, well, he'll just be hoping that Guimont can't get past him. And then he's in with a real fighting chance of a medal. Let's take a look at the second intermediate in a moment, and he has, you know. Well, Guimont is doing everything he can, but Theo Gemur is going to stay in that chair if it carries on like this. This is big from Theo Gemur. Giant slalom bronze in 2017, giant slalom bronze in Pyeongchang. Guimont needs to dig deep here and find that sort of medal-winning performance over these last few gates. Can he get inside 2:17.85? No, he can't. 0.77 down.
Second, 2/10 of a second ahead of Thomas Chavez Walls with 2:18.62.
Well, we said at the beginning of this programme that we hadn't had snow really here since we got here some 8 days ago. And I think we're about to make up for it. Federico Pellizzari, the Italian, who has surprised a few here. He's got a bronze already in the Super Combined, and he's run this morning, put him on the podium. He's got to stay there. And Theo Gemur had his bit between his teeth this afternoon in the second run, and there is a big drop. Hope for Gemur here. Federico Pellizzari has gone 0.98 to 0.17 at the first intermediate. Do not underestimate the run that Gemur has done, and it's a combination of rain and snow that is now coming down, and visibility and conditions might now be in Theo Gemur's favour. He's down. Pellizzari is now struggling. 0.50. We are getting a bucket load delivery from above us, and Gemur has given us some brilliance on the deck. You see there through that section, visibility not all that good. Not sure how much this is changing the conditions and the preparation that these guys will have made. Can Pellizzari find something in the final section? Oh, 0.11. That might be the difference between a medal and not. Pellizzari goes into second, but it may not be good enough for a medal. Theo Gemur has got one from nowhere. The Paralympic champion has stood up to be counted, and he's put in a medal-winning performance from a long way back. Arthur Bauchet. 2.45. He would be confident of at least going ahead of Gemur, should he be able to stay on the snow, that is. What has King Arthur got? You forget that he's still just 21. That gold the other day was his 6th major competitive gold medal. These are his 3rd World Championships at just 21. Picked up his first gold here in the Super Combined. And only a fraction of his lead has disappeared. It's still well over 2 seconds, but you can see the conditions changing. Arthur Barchet, not only does he need to battle the course, he needs to battle the time. It needs to be good enough to get past Keefe. It needs to be good enough to stay ahead of Bugaev. And all the questions of the course with the conditions now being asked. Does he make it slippier? Does he make it slower? Driving into that turn, Barchet. He's dropped down from 245 to 204. He should be more than good enough here to take over from Keefe. It's now going to be about getting to the line and seeing what Bugaev does. No mistakes from here. And Barchet should be fine. Always a big slide there. Into that new left-hander as a strike of thunder appears in the crowd. Well, that's not a guess we were expecting. He's inside, 2.67. Doesn't just beat it, batters it. Barchet slides down. There's a smile in there somewhere as well. He has felt that. And now then, back up to the top we'll go. Is that the run that wins it for Barchet? It was brilliant as always, but he had a real tussle on his hands. He's making his way out of the finish area. Bugaev had just 0.19, 19 hundredths of a second was all that Bugaev had. How does he cope with these different conditions? This is completely different to the first run. Not only the gates, but the conditions themselves. Absolute change. And Bugaev has dropped well over half a second in the opening stages. What's he got left here? Bugaev has put pressure on Barchet in the first run by going quicker. Can the man that took silver in the Super G, took silver in Pyeongchang, can he fight back here? He can as well, you know. 0.19. Well, he's gone from 0.19 up to half a second down to now less than 2/10 down. What has Bugaev got on this bottom half of the section? He'll come into the right-hander here, it's into the drop. Here we go. Final section of the course. We said we were in for a grandstand finish. Just 1.9 separated the two of them. 90/100 to the beginning of this race. How much has he recovered at the bottom? Oh, he's done it. Oh, that is marvellous from Bugaev. Oh, Barchet grimacing with pain, but also probably a little bit of anguish as well. It is brilliant. Bugaev. It looked like a disaster in the opening section. He clawed it back, and somehow has finished 14/100ths ahead. Team RPC take it. Brilliant. Well, Bugaev clattering gates as he went. The conditions at the top absolutely abysmal as he came through them. And he has come down at speed. And as with the first run, he's finished a fraction ahead of the Frenchman. Well, he finished his first run 90/100ths up. He finished his second 40/100ths up. But it's enough, and he puffs out the cheeks. Back into the competition then, Santeri Kiiveri of Finland. Year-old from Lapinranta. Drops from 5 seconds to 7.60. Skiers at the back end of this competition will be trying to deal with the elements as much as the course now. This is very much set in for a little while too. And at the line, 2:25.09. Thomas Field from Switzerland.
Thomas Field, Switzerland.
5-year-old from Steinen,
Jetzt 7,5 Sekunden Rückstand beim zweiten
dropping
Zwischenstand.
from 5:28 to
Schweiz hat eine
7:51.
Medaille. Theodine auf Rang 3.
Just come through the middle of the course and drop into the right-hander momentarily. There he is, which, well, when the visibility's good, he would have been able to see the finish line. I'm not sure he can see it too well at the moment. And Thomas Field will hit the line in a time of 2:24.09, 9.05 seconds outside of the lead. Roger Puig-Davy of Andorra. Oh, it's a struggle there for Davy, but he's held on.
Little less than 2 seconds behind the previous racer.
It's off on his right side for Davy then. His hemiplegia result of a skiing accident when he was 14. Does affect his right side, so anything where he's trying to control a left turn and really dig the right ski in is impaired.
Finish with 2:27.52, and that's 18.
Davy, little shake of the head as he finishes. This is Christoph Glötzner of Germany. Single leg skier. Already 10 seconds down. 19. Coached by Justus Wolf. Impairment on his right leg, amputation at the age of 3. Glötzner hits the line 2:27.26. This is Hilmar Urvarsson from Iceland. Looking to climb places, the rest of these gentlemen here, and Urvarsson will have a chance here because Davy and Glötzner were about 10 seconds down at this point. So Urvarsson and he stays in 20th place. This is Gachuta Koeke. He has dropped to almost 12 seconds down that second intermediate. 39-year-old. As he hits the line, his time is 14:06 down, 2:29.10. That leaves him in 21st. James Whitley of Great Britain, deficit of 6.98.
Is ahead of the Japanese at the second split.
Inability to use ski poles in either hand for James Whitley. So this is all just core strength. $12.04 the difference. He goes up to 18th. It's a good run from Whitley. Takahashi of Japan. Bib number 34 on your list. Already down by just under 10 seconds at the first intermediate. $12.84 down at the second. With a big slide. this final section. Saw Whitley rise up the standings a little. Into the top 20 for him. Takahashi goes into 23rd. Jules Segers. Segers heading towards the finish then. We can keep the speed. He hasn't dropped too much here. And he goes into 23, so that's an improvement in positions for the Frenchman. Jeffrey Strutt, the normally smiling Dutchman.
And we have Jeffrey Strutt of the Netherlands.
And certainly at the top of the mountain, the snow is a little thicker than down at the foot. Where the finish line is, it's not so bad. You can see the cameras are getting an absolute shed load of it. Strutt here into the final few gates of his giant slalom run. He's happy with that. Jesse Keefe. What can he improve on?
And the youngster from USA, Jesse Keefe.
I'm not sure that graphic at the bottom of your screen is correct. Drejos' finishing time is 2:15.04, so we'll come back to that in a second. But Jesse Keefe, the American, making his way in towards the finish. Keefe will hit the line in, well, around about 1:45. Jesse Keefe's time combined is 2:31.69. He's 16 something seconds back. And after Keefe is Kress, the Underkress of Germany. And there he goes. He gives you a good idea of the conditions up the top there. It really is coming down fairly heavy now in terms of the snow. And there is Kress out on the side. Well, that's the end of the run for the Underkress. Spencer Wood should be up next. Here he is. Spencer Wood out on course. There he is, through the snow and ice. That's exactly how my car looks every morning. Alexei Bugaev's lead time, 2:15.04. And Wood, can he try and get himself up the positions? Goes into 27th place, Spencer Wood. Got 9 athletes registered still to come. Ivan Vasiliev is next. Vasiliev started some 9.45 down. And through the line comes Vasiliev, 16.92. Worth noting that that shot there at the start is not what they then face at the bottom. Brilliant. The 46 gates give them a real change. By the time they get to the bottom, I think it's actually not snowing at the bottom now altogether. Outside of our window, it is very light indeed. At the top, it's very heavy, and it's a bit heavy for Arvid Skoglund as well as he slides out of the competition. Andrei Chesney. I do keep saying that I need to meet Andrei Chesney. I've never met somebody that was part of an international series of splash, having done the UK version myself. So we have to try and get that to happen. If you're listening there, people from the IPC, I'd love to meet this guy. He sort of skis past me every day, so I don't really get a chance to chat. But here's Andrei Chesney, winner of the 2015 Celebrity Splash in Poland. And all of that, he did that to raise money for somebody else as well. Started this one at 11.60 down. Chesney in towards the drop down towards the finish. Here he comes, right-hander. Instead of it being left, which it has been every day. And Chesney into the final few gates then. And his time is 2:36.38. Just winced there as Andrei Chesney and held the lower part of his back, so maybe twisted something on the run. This is Nilsson Grasto of Norway. And Marcus has been getting the Jesper treatment this week. And he's going to hit the line in a time of 2:37.47. There's Jonty O'Callaghan. Come on, Jonty, somebody shouted at the start gate. 24-year-old from Melbourne, Victoria. Has had his issues, and he just couldn't slide back in to that gate. You just see how much snow has fallen at the top there. See how powdery it now all is. It's been very much hard and ice from the start of competition. This is Remi Massi. Only 3 more to come after Remi Massi, so let's see how the Belgian gets on. Good to see the differing nations taking part. Used to have Jesper Belgan, who was part of the tour. He has since retired, but good to see another Belgian has taken up para-skiing here in the Alpine. Remi Massi is that.
Coming to sight up there, number 52.
33 years of age. And Massi is going to finish his World Championship run. 2:41.87. Won't take that from the history books. There you go. Conor Hogan started some 14 seconds back here. Hogan going okay at the moment. Time of 86.46 for Conor, 24-year-old. The American support at the bottom there, cheering him in. And he's completed another run as Conor Hogan.
2:39.79.
Goes up a position as well, 31. Now this is Patrick Halgren.
Penultimate start number in the second run for the standing class.
14.71 down. He's, of course, dropped it a bit more on that. Halgren. We're looking to complete this World Championship debut run. Big fan of cooking in his spare time as well. He's getting the cheers because he's crossed the line here in 33rd place. Here's Thomas Walsh, part of the cheer squad. Halgren has completed his run. Martin Moxley, final athlete out of the gates. Can he complete his World Championship run? And the answer, sadly, is no. He's out on the sides, Martin Moxley. Well, that concludes the men's standing then. So an interesting competition, to say the least. Halgren has come from absolutely nowhere. I'm convinced he took a taxi at some point. That was brilliant. Polizzari forced into fourth. Bauchet misses out because Bugayev was brilliant.
Marcus Archer, Austria, number 7. Jordan Bronze, France, 8. Nico Pajancic, number 9 for Austria. And Mitchell Gurley of Australia, number 10. Leaving us with the last class, the sitting class for men, where Jeroen Kampsroyer is in the lead for the Netherlands.
Final competition of the giant slalom is, of course, in the sitting. And this could be very interesting too. 18/100 to a second separating Pedersen and Kampscher. Sikorsky, can he hold off the rest in search of another medal in this event? The snow up top has softened off a fair amount. Very quick drop. There is some more in the distance, it has to be said once again. So these guys have got a very good window. There's a serious amount of work on the course being done with the new volume of snow that's just come down. I think they're keen to just make sure that the conditions are at the very best that they can be for the sit skiers. Blue dye being redistributed as well. And we see Andrew Kirker getting himself ready. There's Kyle Tolman, the younger members of the US team. There's Jeroen Kampscher. Pedersen looking forward to the battle. You saw Jurny Slivnik, should I say, in the background a few moments ago as well. See the hard-working course setters with the this one with the blue dye to help out line up where the turns are and just give the athletes as much visibility of what's coming as possible. Victor Pirel looking on. Josh Hanlon. Just chatting with the New Zealander Aaron Hewen. Should be Murat Pelli to go first, so he'll be at the gate already ready. Han Sang-min, Ewan, Hanlon, Kristen, Pierrel, Meyer, Rabble, Kirker, Peters, Slivnik, Brazdigan, Sikorsky, Pedersen, Count Schröder will know the champion by the time that is done. Brian Roland, Yasmin Bamba, Ravi Dugan, Peter Drejos, Kyle Talman and Richard Dumiti, all still to go after that. And history this morning in the men's sitting event, Dashkin Abbasov of Azerbaijan came the first Azerbaijani skier to take part in the World Championships. There is Murat Pelli. Are you ready? I am, he said. Again, we go from 15th down to first from the first run. So Pelli looking to improve on a position. Hopes of a medal in the distance at this point. 39-year-old. Best performance, 6th in the Super Combined at the last World Championships. However, 8th place in the Super G as well. 16th in the Giant Slalom in Pyeongchang. So being 15th now would be his best performance at world level in this event. Pelli, who injured his arm in the World Cup leading up to Pyeongchang. That certainly hampered his preparations. Going steadily. Coming up towards the right-hander that'll drop him down in towards the finishing section. Here it is. Over the brow of the hill, I can see him coming down towards the finish now. Then he's just got to keep it in line, and he will have set the fastest time of the day so far. Pelli looking for a best ever finish at world level in the giant slalom, and that's his effort. 2:33.57, 2 clean runs. I think he'll be happy with that. Now, Sang-min Han. Or Hang Sang-min, should I say. Correct order of family name first. Interesting run so far. He went from just short of half a second up to nearly 8/10, back down to 5. That's a big slide. Oh, he's managed to keep it upright. That's not an easy skill in its own, and he was right now towards the finish here. I think he'll stay ahead of Pelli. He does. Well, that could well have been a lot quicker from Han Sang-min. Aaron Ewan of New Zealand. 0.39 his advantage from the first run. He's doing really well here. 1:44 stretched the lead. Zealander, though, eventually sliding out to the side. Disappointing end for him. Well, it was looking very good. So, Murat Pili will finish higher than where he started. This is Josh Hanlon now.
Ahead at the second split. After the first run,
Up to 125 for the 24-year-old. Got to keep that going. Well, 193 up, so Hanlon goes top for a moment. And Pascal Christen is the next out to tackle the course.
Pascal Christen, Switzerland.
Oh, the 29-year-old is hit a divot, sent him wide, but he stays between the gates. Will it slow him down too much? He did have an 8/10 of a second lead. Another slippery moment for Pascal Christen there. And the Swiss athlete comes towards the line. He's going to be outside here. So Josh Hanlon stays where he is for a little while. Well, this is technically Victor Pierrel's third run. His first was interrupted by the crash of Neil de Langen.
After the first,
So he had to do it all again.
his first run was stopped by a yellow flag.
And Pierrel, well, he's plummeted like a stone in that opening section. Will he manage to gain this back? Do you know he will? What an interesting run. Must have had some real difficulty out of the gate. But, well, Victor Pierrel, he's fairly new on the circuit. I could see him getting better. The French team will be putting a lot of efforts into him. This is Floris Meyer. I think this is Floris Meyer sliding out because the fact that it's in slow motion would suggest it already happened. And there he is in real life.
Is out.
So out goes Floris Meyer. That's two of the three Dutch athletes that won't complete a run. This is Roland Rabble, who, oh, well, I was about to say he's doing really well. So that wasn't my fault. I hadn't said it yet, but down he goes. Well, that opening section would have filled Roland Rabble with some good confidence because he's come out of retirement to have another crack at this, and he managed to put 3 or 4 seconds on the clock in terms of distance between himself and the one behind. Yeah, it's a big slide.
I can't ski.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The motor ski is broken.
Okay.
Well, that's unfortunate. Just heard Rabble shout that the monoski is broken, so he's going to need some assistance coming down. Now Andrew Kirker finding himself in a position a little bit lower than he would have liked, which, knowing Andrew Kirker, means he's going to go out slightly harder than perhaps intended, because he doesn't know how to go slow. Another medal in this, and a huge start to this from the time that Victor Pierrel has set, but that's, well, we'll clock this in a second. We'll figure that out. 1:37 as he goes through here. Down he comes. Can ignore the time on the right, not unless Andrew Cook's got an engine all of a sudden. We'll see how close he is when he comes to the bottom. Victor Pierrel, 2:29.74, in towards the middle section. Kirke getting ready for the drop down in towards the finish. How will he master it? Here he comes then. 2:29.74. Big cheers led by Walsh and Co of the Americans at the bottom. He should be inside 2:29.74. He's going to be well inside it, in fact. And that's the lead for Kirke. It's a good run for the Alaskan. Here we go then, Corey Peters. 38-year-old from Wanaka in New Zealand. Gold medalist in downhill and Super G back in the 2015 World Champs. Hard to tell you how close it is with the timings at the moment. 2:21.25 for Kirke then, towards the finish. He is going to be outside, and Kirke goes up a position. Now then, Jone Slivnik has an outside chance at a medal here. Starts this run in 5th position. Andrew Kirke has put in an absolute belter. Can Slivnik keep pace? 1:28.27 through this section. No, he can't. Andrew Kirke has laid down the challenge. That's the Gans, Sikorsky, Pedersen, and of course Kampster to come. Slivnik, the youngster from Slovenia, to be in a top 5. I think he'd be delighted with all. He's done well to hold on to that. You don't want to come to a complete halt. Sometimes you feel for your own benefit and your own sake, you want to slide as hard as you can. Ignore that graphic on the right. We really apologise about that. Something has affected the timing system in that area, so we'll try and correct it as we can, but I can't promise you anything. The most important time is the one at the bottom, of course. Andrew Kirke's is 2:21.25. Here comes Slivnik. He's been behind. Has he managed to find something? No, he's not. He's going to be outside here, Slivnik. Can he remain a top 5 athlete at the World Championships? It's been a struggle here for Jone Slivnik. He goes 4th with 4 more to come. Kirke stays where he is. Fingers and toes crossed from teammates alike.
Good job, buddy.
That pitch got you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta really grit your teeth and get in it.
Oh, nice to see Andrew Kirke coming out and meeting the youngster. You might have heard him say that. You've really got to grit your teeth and get into it.
Yeah. I like it better than first one.
Lou Brazdagan has a 0.77 advantage. Can he find the line that Kirke did and put pressure on the American? Snow is starting to come back again, at the top of the hill at least. That's dropped. 3/10 lost so far from Lou Brazdagan. 26-year-old from Teen, gliding through where he can, but he is going to have to work hard now. He's not going to know how much he's dropped. He's not going to know how little a lead he still has. He's just going to know that he's got to work for every inch of this course and get down. 1:55.35 through this next section. Where is he with that? He is just up. Kirke has an opportunity here. Lou Brazdagan's lead has dropped and dropped. It's still there, but it's still there for now. A few gates away from the final drop down. Into this right-hander. Into vision of the commentary box he comes then. 10 gates to go from here. 2:21.25. If he misses it, Kirker has a real outside chance. He has missed it. Through the line comes Luplastigan. He's 3 seconds down in the end. That bottom section slowed him down. And Kirker just needs one more to step aside, and he'll have a medal.
Poland, Norway, and Holland left.
Plastigan drops into 5th. Corey Peters stays in 2nd. He'll be hoping for some mistakes as well. Igor Sikorsky, surely this has to be about a mistake. 2 seconds the advantage. This would have to be a mistake, really, to allow Kirker to scrape himself onto the podium. Factored time of 81.10. Igor Sikorsky looking for a hat-trick of medals in this event, or at least in events. Slalom bronze in the last World Champs. Giant slalom in Pyeongchang. Can he do it here again? 2:25, he's going well. Not just competing, but stretching that lead against Kirker. The bottom section we just saw was a struggle for Brazdegan. That lead stays intact. 2:28 now for Igor Sikorsky. Right through the middle of the course and into the final stretch here. 3 more gates and he'll head into the drop towards the finish. Here he comes then. Sikorsky to knock Kirker off top spot to guarantee himself at least a bronze. He's never won an international gold. Can he profit from a mistake from others? 2:21.25. He's going to get there. 0.32. Well, it shows you how quick Kirker was on that bottom section. But Sikorsky has enough. The pole goes in pole position. Can he benefit from Kampstra and Pedersen making mistakes? They don't do it too often. Gold on the opening day for Jesper Pedersen in the downhill, followed by a silver in the Super G, a silver in the Super Combined behind Rine Di Silvestro, which was a surprise for many. But Jesper Pedersen will have the bit between his teeth. Another gold here on the home slopes of Lillehammer. Very much the ambition for the 21-year-old. Said in his interview that maybe this gold meant more to him because of the home World Champs than it would do if it was the one in Beijing or even if he got one in Pyeongchang. Well, he's done that once. Can he do it twice? 3 seconds the margin at the first intermediate. The second coming up, 4.84. It's all about a mistake now. If Sikorsky's going to take gold, it's all about sending as quick a time as you can for Pedersen. Don't adjust your screen. It's just the snow on this green lens of the camera through this section. But that blur is Jesper Pedersen. Here he comes then into the drop. Final section for Pedersen. What can he put between himself and Kampstra? It's going to be a safe run. It's a good run. Pedersen goes top here. 2:14.42. Oh, he's blown that away. 6.51 ahead of Sikorsky. And he nods in approval. Wow. That is a mega run from Pedersen. Is it good enough? He has powered his way through the course, Jesper Pedersen, and has put almost, well, he's put 6.5 seconds between himself and second right now. This man, the only man that can stop him now. Well, Jeroen Kampstra won't know or care what Pedersen has done. All he knows is get out there and give it absolutely everything. Something we know he does every time. And the 22-year-old from Lidderdorp do it again. He stretched the lead here. Went from 0.18 to 0.73. Well, we saw the confidence oozing out of Pedersen as he crossed the line. He knew how good his run was. We saw him shrug his shoulders the other day in the Super G when Kampschler went 3 seconds quicker. What will it be? Elation or deflation for the Norwegian at the line? 1:48.23 is what he needs at the second intermediate. There was just a bit of a yelp there from Kampschler. Oh, the slide! Jesper Pedersen will take gold. And well, he applauds. He'll be delighted on the inside. He would have loved to have known just how quick Kampschler would have gone here. That would have been super interesting. That would have been so interesting. Pedersen takes it with a barnstorming run. Kampschler couldn't hold on in the bottom section. And it gives gold to Norway once again. But just how tight would that have been? Oh, you just see it there. Just went over a little too much. Just took the body weight a little too much. And Pedersen trying not to smile at someone else's demise, of course. But he'll take it. Wow. Yes. Kampschler, he'll swap sliding out here for victory in Beijing for sure. But my, Pedersen takes gold in dramatic fashion here in Lillehammer. Kampschler slides out. This is Brian Roland of Canada. 16th position going into this. Roland. Big mention for Andrew Kirker there. That performance from 7th, he's got himself a bronze. You have to take every opportunity that's there. He got a good run in him, Andrew Kirker, and he has benefited from mistakes from people above him. So bronze for the American in the giant slalom. This is Roland, 35 years of age, from Merrickville, Ontario. It's debut world champs, Brian Roland. Trains up at the team at the Canadian Sport Institute, the Pacific campus in Whistler. Into the bottom section he comes, and over the hill. Inspiration of being able to see the finish line from there. And through the line comes Roland, completes his run. And goes up into 12th position, of course, with that as well.
I'm not so sure he took all the gates there on the top. 72 from 4.
Bamba starts his run, bib number 72. You find inspiration from Kirker's performance here on the slopes. Experienced sit skier. To 13.34 down, but these times are irrelevant in terms of winning medals. You see again, still at the top of the hill. The snow is plentiful. Almost nothing outside of our window. It's a real contrast in a matter of a few hundred meters. Bamba still pushing on. Really, second intermediate will come in a moment.
He is by the yellow house now, coming very soon to side up there. He's 18 seconds behind the leader.
To 14.42 the time from Pedersen. Bamba well outside that as we expect, and now dropping down the final section. In towards the line. 4 left to come. Ravi Drugan. "32-year-old. Based out of Oregon. Initially an autocross racer, the Emerald Empire Sports Club. Dragan, he said he got nothing to do in the winter time, so took up para skiing through the Oregon Adaptive Sports Program. Quite openly says without skiing I'd be pretty lost actually. Just has to wipe the visor with his hand. Just caught that as they come past the yellow house at the top of the hill. And it is starting to fall heavy again at the top end, and in fact at the bottom end as well, so these final 4 will be more than glad to get finished safely and across the line with a clean run. Very much now the name of the game. And there is Ravi Drugan. Matter of gates to come. From here on in, it's not complicated, so Drugan will set himself up for the final few gates. He hits the line in a time of 2:41.37. He's 14th at the World Championships.
Five, four, three, two, one, go.
This is Peter Drejos, Czech Republic. A difference of 16.98 seconds at the start. 35-year-old. Third from last in our starting order. Again, just keeping within those gates. Keep nice and safe. Find the line. And again, visibility out there is going to be awful for these guys. Coming down at speed. It's almost coming at them anyway in terms of direction. But the volume of snow we're having today certainly will give us some very different conditions for the women's event. Hopefully you can join us again tomorrow, weather permitting. If you are inspired by any of the categories we've seen here, VI standing or sitting, Paralympics.org. Put yourself on the website, have a good read, have a good scan around the website and ask plenty of questions. See if you can get involved with your local National Paralympic Committee. Groundbreaking with Lithuanian and Azerbaijani athletes taking part here today. Be great to see different nations giving it their all. But Drejos finishes his World Championship run. Something he didn't do in the last World Championship, so that's progress for Drejos. This is Kyle Talman from the US. Started 20 seconds down. Still just 20. There's plenty of experience in his bucket seat. Been doing it a long time. So his mum introduced him to it. Put him in a padded bucket. And, he's loved it ever since. Oh, he's going to slide past the gate, and there's the frustration. What he wanted was a clean run. What any of them want is a clean run, and Talman, I'd be bitterly disappointed with that. He just have wanted a clean run. It was just the fact that it's got slippier out there, and he couldn't get it in, and the head, you can see the disappointment. He immediately knew and beats the hill. It's not the hill's fault. I suppose it is. Richard Dumiti. Final athlete on course this afternoon. Again, the Hungarian will just want to get now to the finish line. Do it safely as well. They want to do it and set his first ever world record time. 3:25. Set his goal out as competing at the 2026 Games. Realistic that the Beijing Games may be too quick for him. Richard Dumiti has that Paralympic Winter Games ambition. There he comes then, through that middle section, not far away from entering the drop. Into the right-hander that leads to the hill. Here it is. Here we go. And now he can start to dream of the finish because it's in sight from here on in. He's just got to keep it steady. It's quite a steep drop from that point, but he's done it. You know, Richard Dumiti, he may be 46 seconds back, but he has completed a World Championship double run. And he gets himself a finishing place in the record books. The Hungarian waves his way through the finish line. And Dumiti has done it. The springs and the ski have seen him through. The snow has held off enough for us to complete the run. The men's giant slalom, well, it was dramatic all the way to the end. The time says it was different. The crash from Jeroen Kampscheur means we will never know just how good that run from Pedersen was. 6.5 won the difference over Sikorsky. Kirka from 7th to 3rd gets the bronze. Well, there we go. The men's VI competition here ended with victory for Giacomo Bertagnoli. He got 4 out of 5 goals at the last World Championships. He's added his first at the first attempt here. Johannes Eigner still desperately pushing as the teenager searches for the goal. De La Place, instead of gold, settles for his first other medal, which this time is bronze. In the men's standing competition, 40 athletes started the day. Alexei Bugayev was the quickest of the lot. Just 14 100ths of a second between he and Barchet. Another great battle in the men's standing contest at the moment. Theo Gemur rose through the ranks to get a surprise bronze himself. Palizzari dropping out this time around. And in the men's sitting contest, Andrew Kirker from 7th to 3rd. He'd be delighted with that medal. Corey Peters with a good place finish in 4th. Lubras Degan dropping down into 5th eventually. Sikorsky getting himself the silver. And as we said earlier, Jesper Pedersen taking victory after Jeroen Kampschreur crashed out. Would have loved to have seen how close they were. But eventually, Pedersen took his 2nd gold here in Lillehammer. From myself, Alan Martz, that's all. You can stick around. We've got the interviews with the athletes and a few highlights of all of the runs that we've seen here today. Until tomorrow, from myself, goodbye.
Number 1.
But not much. He's taking back 2/10 of a second. And this is not over yet. This is not over. He's taking chances now, Alexei Bugayev, to take back 1900ths of a second to win the gold medal in the standing class of Slalom. Tight turn here, and it's the other 250-80. 250-80. Can he do that, Alexei Bugayev? He takes it back by 1400ths of a second, and he takes the gold medal for RPC.
Yes, he's increasing by 1.5 seconds to 4.84. Det er et strålende løp av Jesper Saltvik Pedersen så langt. Han leder nesten med 5 sekunder når han snart kommer ned i slutthenget her. Og hvis han klarer å løpe, setter han prøver med de andre.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympics World Championships in Lillehammer and Halgren, Norway. Medal ceremony for the men's giant slalom. Class vision impaired. Third place, winners of the bronze medal, representing France, Hyacinth Deleplas and guide Maxime Jourdan. Second place, the winner of the silver medal, Johannes Eigner and Matteo Fleischmann, Austria. Winner of the gold medal and world champion from Italy, Giacomo Bertagnoli and guide Andrea Rabelle. Athletes will now receive the prize money. They will be greeted by Oscar Hagneli from Norsk Tipping and Erik Røste, President of the Norwegian Ski Federation. Fra Norsk Tipping og Erik Røste, president i Norges Skiforbund. Ladies and gentlemen, in honor of these successful athletes and the new world champion, the national anthem of Italy. Congratulations, Giacomo Bertagnoli from Cavalese Valdifieme, and also to Andrea Ravelli. Eigner Johannes Fleischmann, Matteo Austria, and Hyacinthe Delpras, fourth medal, now with Maxime Jourdan. Congratulations. Coming up next is the men's standing class.
Giacomo, congratulations, you're the world champion again. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm so happy about this victory today because it was something unexpected. Since a couple of days ago, I was at home because I got COVID. So then fortunately, I just become negative and we came here, we just put the skis and we raced. So it's great. It's the first gold medal in World Championships that I win with Andrea, so I'm proud about that. And it, it's great because in a month we will have the Paralympics Games.
Now, the giant slalom was the only race you didn't win at the last World Championship. Does that make it more special to you?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was your first time on the course today. How did you find the course?
Yeah, it was very good. I like this kind of course because there are no long flats. I can ski quite good. Of course, if I had more time to test the snow, to just find out how the course was better, but we managed.
Fantastic. Giacomo, Andrea, congratulations. You are the world champions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the Para Snowsport World Championships, Lillehammer and Halfjell, Norway, we are ready for the medal ceremony. Giant Slalom men standing. Third place, winner of the bronze medal, representing Switzerland, Theo Demir. Second place and winner of the silver medal from France, Arthur Boucher. First place, winner of the gold medal and world champion, representing RPC, Alexei Bugayev. Athletes will now receive their prize money, and they will be greeted by Erik Røste, President of the Norwegian Ski Federation, and Åsne Havneli, representing Norsk Tipping. Successful athletes and the new world champion, the anthem of RPC. Congratulations to the medalists in the men's standing, Theo Demir third, Arthur Boucher second, and Alexei Bugayev champion. Congratulations.
Alexei, fourth attempt, 2 silvers, a bronze, and now world champion.
Yeah. First of all, I want to say I'm happy to back World Championship after 7 years of absent. It's great to feel again these emotions, to take part in these high-level competitions, and of course I'm really happy and I'm satisfied. My 4 medals after 4 disciplines, and of course I will head to the slalom.
The bottom half of your second run was incredibly quick. Did you know how quick you were going?
I would say that second run not so quick, and I feel that I can better. But today it's enough to win, and I will try to do it better and will more fast.
And finally, the weather at the top, it kept changing. Did that affect how you came down the run?
Yeah, weather bring a little bit changing. It was fresh snow and a little bit fresh snow and windy, and it's the reason why I don't feel a lot of speed on the first part, and maybe it's also reason I've lost the first part on the second run.
Alexei, you're the world champion. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Ciao.
Ladies and gentlemen, Snowboard World Championships, Lillehammer and Halgren, now the medal ceremony. Giant slalom men sitting next class. Third place and winner of the bronze medal representing the United States of America, Andrew Kirka. Second place and winner of the silver medal representing Poland, Igor Sikorski. First place, winner of the gold medal and the world champion, representing Norway, Jesper Saltvik Pedersen. Prize money also for these 3 medalists. They will also be greeted by Erik Røste, President of the Norwegian Ski Federation, and Åsne Havneliv, representing Norsk Tipping. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor these successful athletes and a new world champion, the national anthem of Norway. Jesper Saltvik Pedersen, Igor Sikorski and Andrew Kirka. Congratulations for the medalists. That concludes the competitions and the ceremonies today here in Hafjell. We wish you the best of this evening and welcome back tomorrow for the Grand Slalom Women. Thank you for today and welcome back. Takk for i dag og velkommen tilbake i morgen. Da det damenes storslalom og fortsatt hyggelig ettermiddag og kveld. Takk for i dag, sier Kristian.
Jesper, first of all, congratulations. You said earlier this week that a gold medal in Norway was equal to a Paralympic medal. How good is 2?
2 is just fantastic, and we still have 2 races left, so to be able to take home the gold here in Norway, it's amazing.
Now, when you crossed the line on your second run, you nodded as if to say, oh yeah, that's okay. You must have known that was a lot better than okay.
I knew it was okay, but you know, Jeroen is able to do amazing things on the hill. So I knew I had to go fast, and today it worked out for me. So I'm so happy. But of course, I wanted him to finish to be able to beat him when he does finish. But yeah, I'm just happy to be able to take the gold today.
Disappointing to see Halgren not finish. Now, you two are creating a great story of intense rivalry here. Do you see him as your biggest competitor?
I think he's my biggest competitor in all the disciplines. You have in speed, you have Andrew Kirka as well, who is able to put down some good runs. But I think Jeroen and me is the ones who's, the top athletes here.
And just how good is the local support here for you?
It's amazing to have my family here and to be able to see me here. It's just amazing.
Yes, but double world champion in Norway, congrats.
Thank you.